The United States wanted to plant an espionage device in a military submarine base in North Korea, Sinpo submarine base, in the early days of 2019, when Donald Trump was president for the first time. As a reason, it can be said that there was a strategic gap in intelligence which could only be closes, as it was thought, by planting devices in the middle of enemy territory. As it is located on the shores of the Sea of Japan, it is basically accessible by sea, the main entry method of Navy SEALs. The President of North Korea visits the base often, and it is connected to North Korea's strategic nuclear program. The U.S. picked Navy SEAL Team 6 for the mission, which had great experience from the days of Richard Marcinko on, and in recent years killed, for example, the terrorist mastermind Osama bin Laden. But then again, the coast of North Korea is probably the most guarded and surveillanced coast of the world. However, rumors said that SEAL Team 6 had been on a covert op in North Korea already in 2005. The base was surveillanced, for example, by satellite imagery to identify the best spot for an unnoticed attack. The SEAL team gathered at Kadena Air Base in Okinawa, Japan. In Japan, the team boarded an U.S. nuclear submarine which would bring them to their destination. When the submarine entered the target area, a final consent was given by President Donald Trump. The SEALs moved to the dry dock shelter room and boarded the swimmer delivery vehicles, or SDVs. An SDV is filled with seawater and electrically driven, has a capacity for 4 soldiers. They close to the shore with a speed of 3 knots, navigating by Doppler sonar apparatus. While one SDV goes a bit too far, it has to circle back. The both SDVs set down to the sea bottom, 30 feet down, in front of the designated shore. The SEALs finally entered the beach at the shore, and so far, everything had generally gone like planned. And then Mr. Murphy came into play and paid a visit. Suddenly, close to the beach, a North Korean patrol boat shows up. The SEALs take cover, but the crew on the boat switches on its searchlights and scans the ocean in shallow waters below. Horrified from their covered position, the SEALs watch as divers from the boat jump into the ocean. They were definitely looking for something. The SDVs were the only chance to get back to the submarine, waiting far out at sea. A decision has to be made. The mission is about to be compromised, and the team leader decides to open up fire from the suppressed rifles. All 3 crew members are eliminated within seconds. Now, the cover of the attack team is blown, even with the witnesses dead. Anytime they will be reported missing. The mission is canceled, and the SEALs swim over to the patrol vessel to enter it. There, they recognize that they had made a big mistake. There were no weapons on the boat, no uniforms, no military equipment. They were just simple fishermen who had looked for shellfish close to the shore. The SEAL team then decided to remove the clues, put the bodies in the fisher boat sink to the bottom of the ocean. They proceeded to their SDVs and exfiltrated towards the waiting submarine. They sent their emergency code, signaling the mission had been aborted and they were returning early. But then again, Mr. Murphy is still along, because on the bridge of the submarine, the captain thinks the SEALs are in great danger, fighting for their lives, as they had been discovered. A second SEAL team is sent. The submarine proceeds towards the shore for an emergency extraction. This was against protocol, not so much because of enemy detection or fire, but because in shallow waters, a submarine can run aground. Further, the big vessel causes turbulences which can be monitored by the enemy easily. However, the SEALs were rescued and the submarine retreated to the ocean, when at the base and the beach, military units were swarming out. President Trump then sought a diplomatic solution of the incident. "We can replace the horrors of battle with the blessings of peace," he said to the very talented North Korean leader. Trump even visited the North Korean leader in the country later that year. The story about the mission was only leaked in 2025, meaning a political bomb, for 2 reasons. First, who would leak it and create safety risks for American servicemen, and second, put stress on the relations with North Korea. An investigation followed. It came to the conclusion that the SEALs operated within the rules of engagement.